Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, the themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy Choi, and I'm here with...
Dulcé Sloan!
How are you?
Girl, you know we outside.
How was the festival?
The festival was very fun. I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My father's side is from Oklahoma City.
Okay, nice.
But I knew I wouldn't see any of them. Because I had flown into Wichita, and then I had a show at the Wave, which was good. Mm-hmm. Sold a bunch of merch, so thank y'all so much. And then the next day got a rental car and drove to Tulsa. It was like 2.5, close to 3 hours. Bad. That's fine. I've driven more than a day. Yeah. And then they let me come in a day early because I was already in town. Mm-hmm. And I got to host for David Cross, and it was like their 10th birthday celebration, so that was nice. Because I'd never done Blue Whale before. Okay. And I don't think I'd ever performed in Tulsa. But on Saturday, my show was at 5 p.m. and it was sold out, and that was fun. Mm-hmm. And I got to work my new hour.
Oh, good.
Got to work the new hour, and so I'm home for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't leave again until... I'm going to be in New York the first week of September, but I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm doing a podcast. Oh, I need y'all to come out to this. So I'm doing a Sweet 16 show.
Yes.
At the Comedy Store.
Yes.
On September the 20th.
Yes.
To celebrate 16 years of comedy. She's been doing stand-up for 16 years. So Shalewa Sharp is coming out from New York because we literally started together. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to throw a couple friends on, and then I'm going to do my full hour. But just do some time. But yeah, I'm going to have friends come out. Yeah, it was my Sweet 16 show, September the 20th at 9:30 p.m. And then I'm going to Laugh Seattle on the 26th and 27th. And I've got a couple of LA shows coming up. But all that is available on my website. The newsletter is going to be popping.
Yes.
Because Mr. Thomas is going to teach me how to use the internet. Cause listen, I learned my coding from MySpace. I don't know how to do this other shit. He was telling me a drizzle campaign, or I don't. He's good at the girl. We're not supposed to be doing this much work as talent. I'm supposed to just show up somewhere and do my shit.
It's the new age,
girl.
We're in a new time. We are going to be launching, or I don't know. At this point, we may have already launched. I don't know, because we're recording way ahead right now.
Yes,
because we're getting ready for the live show, which has already happened at this point.
Yeah,
I'm sure it went well. I'm sure it was great.
It was amazing. It was sold out.
It was great. Came. Everyone came. We met everyone.
We met Daniel Day Kim. We met everybody showed up.
But we are working on our Sarangee's fan club. It's called Club Sarangee. So it's going to be a weekly newsletter. We're going to have behind the scenes content, mini-sodes, all that stuff.
Ooh, would it be fun if we put in so I just finished watching 2 dramas.
Which ones?
Tastefully Yours.
Did you finish it?
Yes, it was only 10 episodes. I really liked it. I know
you liked it after the trip to Japan.
Yes, it was sweet. It was nice.
People really didn't like it.
That was what messed me up.
Watching after they're in Japan
is all of a sudden that boy's blonde hair disappeared, and y'all did not explore that this man was wearing a fall in the back. That's what messed me up. Like, bro, if the man's wearing a clip-in, just let me know he's wearing a clip-in.
Which character? I stopped watching after, the last scene I remember watching is the chef, in bed being like, oh my God, take over my business to the second lead. Yeah. Not even.
Tatsu chef.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, yeah. So, Chun Sung, he was the one who was making all his dad owned the Gukbak restaurant. He was the one that they were fighting with. They thought he set the place on fire.
Oh, yes.
So, he had the little piece where he was kind of like blonde. Oh, him. Yeah, it was blonde underneath here.
His hair was kind of messy. Yeah.
Because it was a clip-in.
Yeah. And wasn't he was also, fun fact, our favorite drama, Crash Landing on You. He played a North Korean soldier.
I can see that.
I
can see he looks like somebody who's been cut off from society. In today's Drama Chase, we're diving into episode 13 of Marry My Husband. Yes. Our key moments are Yoora, Minhwan, and Soomin trying to kill Jiwon. Jihyuk sacrificed himself. Then Jiwon and Soomin's deeper backstory is revealed. And then Jihyuk wakes up and overcomes his fate. It was giving very musical theater. It was very end of the first act. You know what I mean?
It's crazy again. So you remember, This series, I thought a lot about this. It is so good. You have like the climaxes, then you have kind of the dips, and then you go back up again. Like there's more exciting stuff happening.
Oh, there's way more exciting stuff.
Action-packed until the very end, because I feel like most dramas kind of like they fall off a bit.
Absolutely.
Around this time, it gets a little boring, and everyone's like, "Oh, what's happening?" You know. So yeah, I think this drama just does a really good job of building the climax, then coming down a bit, and then rebuilding.
Well, that's also why I like these shows, because it's not just like, and we're done.
It's just compared to other dramas, I think this writer, she really did a good job of just like making it like pushing and pulling the story. Because you remember the last two that we covered, 11 and 12, when we were recording, you had said right before we started, you were like, oh, these were kind of boring. And I was like, yeah, they kind of, but then again, like 9 and 10 were wild, you know?
So 9 and 10
you
were
kinda
wild.
Need a little bit of like
so you need to say like a little palate cleanser to calm you down.
Yes.
Because in the opening scene, Jiwon rushes in a blood. Jihyuk is just
covered in blood.
And he's at the hospital and he gets the surgery, right?
Yes.
And then I was like, I knew they weren't going to let him die.
Of course they're not going to let him die.
Of course, that makes sense. But I think it was, but the first time I watched this, I was like, they're not going to let him die.
Because you don't know. Yeah. Because the
Are they gonna
drama
let him
itself
die?
is so like fun and different.
Right.
So yeah.
The drama itself is all over the place.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, they can't listen. I know the rules of Korean dramas. He's the main lead. He can't die.
Yes.
It would make absolutely no sense. No Korean drama is just going to have this woman out here by herself. That don't make no kind of sense. No way, no how.
Or if they did kill him,
Then
it would
Eunho?
really change. No, if they did, they would have been playing around with that concept of fate. Right?
Yes,
It's like,
because
oh,
he's
then
the only one talking about it.
right. So then now we know, oh, you can't really change your fate. The inevitable is going to happen, you know, because he died anyways.
Right. The
So
same way
then
she
it
ended
would
up
like
with
change
the
the story a bit. But
No, they haven't been playing with that. If anything, it's been like, you're fine, dog. You're
So-
really okay. So it cuts to 6 days earlier.
which I kind of liked. I like this whole like, you know.
Listen,
I like it when they play around with that.
what we're going to keep doing in this show is having a flashback and a flashback.
Yes.
Because at one point, my mother was like, when is this?
Oh yes, because in the very beginning of the series, there's like a flashback within a flashback, and like it would be forward and like back and all of that. Yeah.
Because it's like a memory and a flashback, but a memory is always a flashback.
That's true. That's
because
true.
it's remembered.
Yeah.
So the flashback begins, and Yoora recruits Minhwan, right?
Yes.
So Yoora meets Minhwan in her car,
Yep.
and she tells him he looks better in person than in photos.
So she is very mean. Like there's no other way. She's super condescending. She's just a bitch. She like just I think that's just her attitude in general. She's just bitchy to everyone. She thinks everyone's
An
beneath
employee,
her.
yeah.
Everyone's beneath her. She's just kind of like she mocks him a bit. And then Minhwan at the beginning is not really having it either because he's just like, "Oh, spoiled rich girl. You're just pissed that you lost your boyfriend. Like what are we doing here?"
Right, and I do like because it doesn't say it in the English dubbing, but it does say it in the captions.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a shrimp shouldn't be involved when whales are fighting.
Yes.
And I
yeah.
was like, now this.
Yes.
This is what it's not a parable. It's a what is this? What is this device called? A saying?
A saying. Oh,
Like the saying, like if the
like
blind,
you know,
when the blind lead the blind,
yeah,
somebody's got to be the dog.
What do you call
right?
that?
Now we gotta look this up. Not right now though. So
Okay.
anyway, I love this saying because it's basically like I'm not going to get. There's two power. You are two very rich people.
Yeah. And
Please
leave me
alone.
Yeah.
So, and Jooran claims that Jiwon stole her fiance
Right.
and offers Minhwan money for revenge.
Yeah. So she's like seducing him.
Which is insane because it was just like you didn't want to marry that man. It's the whole thing was like you don't want something until someone else has it. As in the same way it was like if you're seeing somebody and then you decide to walk away and they pop back up and it's like, oh, I didn't know what I had until it was gone. And I was just like, why did I have to be gone for you to recognize what you had? Because I was there the whole time being me. So Soomin's at home and she's calling Jiwon's mom and berating her for bringing up money to Jiwon first. And then Jiwon's mom was like, well, Jiwon had a bad attitude and there was nothing she could do. And Soomin says, no wonder you're living this kind of life. You're an idiot. Like, you're being stupid.
Yeah.
And so what I could not understand is just the hatred and vitriol her mother seemed to have for her when she abandoned her and moved down the street to live in a warehouse. Yeah. Like, because that's all I was like, what is this, a home or warehouse? But it's interesting that she was just like, well, why don't you just give me some money? And I was like, bitch, I haven't talked to you in decades.
I know. And then this is where it's kind of interesting too, the way Soomin, the way she treats her dad and Jiwon's mom. Like, there's an underlying, yes, she hates Jiwon right now, but there's like an underlying sense that Soomin understands how awful these people are. And I think in a weird way, she feels pity for not only for herself, but also for Jiwon as well. Because you know what I mean?
Pity for herself.
For herself. But I think she also, that's why she brings up to like, I think later in the episode, she says to Jiwon's mom, she was like, are you really that happy? Or do you really want this to work? Because that means your daughter's going to be dead. Does that not bother you? Like,
right. And that was surprising.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because she was like, are you really that happy that your daughter's going to be dead? And she's just like, but it also, here's the thing that I always think is so interesting. Is just like, I'm always interested by the way we like look at motherhood and fatherhood. And so, because if it was a father saying these things, it'd be like, that sucks, but also, that's a dad, right? And so, but it's interesting. It's like, it's the motherhood and the burden of motherhood. And it's just like, it's this whole idea of like, your mother can't want you dead. Your father, sure, but your mother? And it's just like, it's interesting to see the whole dynamic between a woman who abandoned her child and moved down the street. Yeah. And how much she just doesn't.
She really doesn't care.
She really doesn't care and feels like her daughter owes her something. And when you see this in real life, like when you see this, like actually like with people and their parents, you're like,
what is happening?
Because they said this generation is like the most non-contact generation with parents.
Right. That makes sense because I think there's, I think a lot of people our age have trauma from their relationship with their parents, that they try to unpack in like therapy, and that's what's leading to like gentle parenting. You know what I mean? Like there's this whole thing that apparently this young generation of kids are like the most misbehaved.
Well, they said now gentle parenting is starting to go away.
I'm not gentle parenting.
And old school parenting is starting to come back. And it's just like, old
school parenting.
Yank them.
Yes.
Yank them. I'm not saying that we should be whooped.
No.
But sometimes you do need to be yanked.
But a child needs to understand what consequences are. Like, they can't just get away with stuff. You can't just be like, oh, bad. No, you got to teach them like, no, that's wrong.
Right. It's like, do you hit a hand because a hand is reaching for something hot? Or do you let them touch something hot?
So Minhwan's upset, and I think we can go through this quickly, the rest of this section, because basically Yoora offers him, hey, if you do this for me, you can make a lot of money. Think about it. And then the bodyguard gives him a card. It's a dark black. It's a black business card with the number, with a mysterious number on the back.
It's so funny to look at phone numbers in other countries because I'm just like, did he just hand her a credit card? No, it's a phone number.
So at this point, though, Minhwan is curious, but he's not fully on board. With going over to the Yoora side, right? He's a little like, okay. But then next day at work, they're in the elevator. Minhwan comes in, and then he like violently shoves her up against the wall. Which
I was like, look here. The audacity of this man. You cheated on me, married my best friend. And now you're mad at me. You got moved to another department because y'all were fooling around on the job, and then someone almost died, and you tried to cover it up. Why exactly are you jacking me up in this elevator? And I'm very proud of her because I'm watching her like it, and I'm just like, all right, well, you took this self-defense. I don't know how long I'll be on board with you being jacked up by this man.
Yeah. But
And so he's mad at her.
Right.
Because he accused her of planning the whole thing out.
Right.
So she could get with Jihyuk.
Which is kind of true. I mean, not to get with Jihyuk, but, the planning.
But it's also like, but didn't you plan to cheat on me?
Uh-huh.
Weren't you cheating on me the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
So why is it wrong? Because it's like, oh, you left me from some rich man. But this is how these type of people think.
Yes.
Where it's like, I can treat you however I want to treat you because it serves me, but you can't do anything that serves you.
Right. Because they're always like the victim, right? It's
and the perpetrator at the same time. And anyone with this victim this type of mentality runs through me. It makes me the most angry.
Yeah, because it's so unfair. He cheated in the long run. He treated her like shit the entire time. And
but whenever you're the victim, it's like when you're always the victim in your story. Because like when you meet grown adults that think this way, I was like, oh, this person's dangerous, especially when it comes to men. If everything is always done to you and you didn't do anything wrong, it's like, okay, you're going to lash out. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of times you interact with men like this, they are very violent. This is a prime example. So I'm just like, this is really written very well.
So I think in the first scene, he pushes Yoora too. Mm-hmm. He pushes her up against the wall really like aggressively. Mm-hmm. So this man, like he does not care who the person is. He will literally lash out at anyone.
Right.
And
so it's just like, first of all, why you keep slamming everybody up against us? Second, who the is you to be grabbing everybody all the time? And so she tells him that she's always been smarter than him.
Which I love this part. Yeah.
And he bangs her up a wall again. And he's asked, when does it started happening? The night of the proposal. And she kicks him in the balls, walks away, and reminded him that it was his affair with Soomin that started everything. So don't fuck around and catch amnesia on me while you got me hemmed up in this elevator.
Yes.
And she literally has to run out of the elevator.
Yeah.
Have you ever hit a man in the balls?
No.
I haven't had the opportunity as well.
Job is just like, no.
You ever thrown a drink in a man's face?
No.
I've never had the opportunity as well.
I've never done anything crazy.
No, punched a man in the chest before.
I've like screamed at people before.
No.
But that's about it. Such an aggressive thing to do if you think about it. Yes,
covering
the K-drama
someone in beverage.
The K-drama trope is always just like you spill water, you're like coffee on them, you're like I was watching. What was I watching the other day? Oh, we were watching She's All That. Remember that little '90s teen movie I used to love? There's a scene, Lainey, who's Rachel E. Cook, she's the person who transforms. The mean popular girl like spills her like wine like down her like dress, and I'm just like, what is happening? Moving on. So Jiwon leaves work, and then Jihyuk's friend, the chicken shop guy, our Chudo Ajoshi, right? He comes and he's just like, hey, here's food. Jihyuk asked me to send you food. And at this point, Jiwon isn't talking to Jihyuk, right?
Because she broke up with him for some stupid reason.
Right. And he's like, so by the way, Jihyuk also told me to tell you that you should continue your judo classes. And like, here's my number if you need anything. So it's very sweet. He's like trying to help. And then Minhwan is in the car peering. And he's watching this happen. He's lurking. And he realizes, oh my God, I recognize that man. That man was from the chicken, like when I got fried chicken delivered.
The chicken delivery guy and the fake loan shark who tried to not hurt him.
And then he's like, oh my God, she's been behind all of this. It's not only Jihyuk she's seeing, she also planted all these people to like terrorize me. And he's like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, Kang Jiwon, which I kind of understand. Could you imagine?
And your little dog too.
Could you imagine though?
Someone,
you find out like you were fake terrorized.
I always said.
It made me laugh. Jihyuk was crazy. If you think about it, what Jihyuk did, it's pretty nuts.
Well, because the thing is, Jihyuk was doing stuff that he did not get Jiwon's approval about.
All of this. Why? Jiwon has no idea. She has no idea that any of this happened.
She has no idea.
She's just like an innocent bystander.
She didn't even see the chicken delivery guy. And then does nothing about the loan shark pickup, knows nothing about that. So he's connecting dots that don't connect.
Right. But then I don't blame him, though, because he's seeing him talk to. He's seeing her talking to these people.
Yeah, because she knows the chicken delivery guy, but she don't know the chicken delivery guy is the chicken delivery guy and the fake loan shark.
So it's, if you think about it, yes, Jihyuk was trying to help her.
Yeah.
But it's making it worse because this is the moment, right? He decides, he says, I'll make you regret everything, Kang Jiwon. He's so upset. And then he meets Yoora at the boxing gym or at the boxing ring, whatever. And
she was like, come get in the ring. And he's like, I don't like violence. What?
That made me LOL.
You are all the violence. You just hemmed a woman up earlier that day. And so I've been just sitting there watching it and I'm just like, oh, he just loves fighting women because he hops in the ring and then she goes, oh, you're not fighting me, you fighting him.
And then she says, this is so funny. She has these like one-liners. She goes, you can cheat on your girlfriend with your best friend, but you can't fight.
Which...
She's really funny. The shrimp comment, she has these like zingers at him. Like, you look better in real life than in photos. Like, she's funny.
Listen,
I don't like her, but she's kind of funny. She's mean to him, which I kind of like.
Oh, we love that someone that's mean to him. I don't know how to feel about her yet.
Oh no, I already made up my mind. She's awful.
Oh, and she's awful, but she's trying to do. But I'm talking about as a character, I haven't figured out, like, did we need her? Because you said she's not in the webtoon.
She's not in the webtoon. She was in the web novel.
Okay,
right?
so she's in the original book, but not in the Okay, so we're going back to the original. We're going back again.
Yeah, but I think her characterization though is different. Right?
Okay.
So that's where, again, a lot of the people, this is episode 12 and 13. That's when the netizens, like some of the Korean viewers started getting annoyed with this because it just went kind of Looney Tunes and it gets a little crazy. But I mean, all of this though, I understand why they wrote her like this because I think she is the catalyst to everything happening. The second, like this storyline, right?
Well, because if
she's causing all this ruckus. So she's making all this she's making Minhwan get upset again at Jiwon. She's making Soomin, which she's basically using Minhwan to get Soomin to talk to her parent to do all these things. So she's like basically using people to set up, make them do things for her.
Because
so she's
there's
kind of
no more, because I guess, without her, because Jiwon's plan is done.
Jiwon's plan is technically done, but as we go deeper, we realize, okay, that plan isn't technically working because fate is doing other things, right?
Right, especially when you look at Jooran having cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, well, if Jooran got the cancer, and if Soomin is the wife, then now it looks like Jiwon's fate got split in half.
Right.
So then who's going to end up going where?
Right.
Because they're both wives, but Soomin doesn't have cancer.
Soomin doesn't have cancer, so it right now...
Because Soomin ain't got no job, so Soomin don't have the stress.
Right now, it basically seems like Jooran is getting the brunt of it, right?
Right.
So this is why Jiwon has to come with the new plan, right?
Right.
So this happens in the next 2 episodes. Okay. Seokjun is talking to Jihyuk, and he's helping Jihyuk set up his future, right? So they had a will for his cat.
Shout out to the cat.
Yes, we had the will for Pang, the cat. And now he basically is helping Jihyuk transfer 80 billion won worth of real estate under Jiwon's name. So 80 billion.
$57,457,352.
Right. So around 58 million, just round it up. 58 million. So that is a lot of money. So again, this is very nice of Jihyuk, but it's like we have the new slush fund. We have this, like everyone is going now, the next 2 episodes, everyone is going towards Jiwon's real estate of $75 million now. So everyone's fighting for that money. It's a lot of money.
She's got $58 million in real estate.
Oh yeah, 58 million.
So $58 million in real estate. I'm not saying, listen, if I'm already an awful human being, right? I completely get why they did the next thing that they were going to do because Jihyuk already thinks he's going to die, even though he has absolutely no reason to. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of solemn and he just wants Jiwon to be protected. Just wants her to be covered, right? So now Yoora tells Minhwan that Jiwon now owns 80 billion won worth of real estate, right? And so she offers him stacks of cash
Right.
And
It's a briefcase full of monies. She offers him the cash and more wealth
if he kills Jiwon. Here's my thing.
Sure.
This man already didn't want you. So I don't think it's about her trying to get him back. I think it's about him not being able to be with Jiwon. Because he doesn't want to be with you to start with. He never wanted to be with her. He didn't even want to marry her. And the grandfather was like, all right, just break the wedding.
I think it's about the money. Everything that he has been doing has been for money.
No, I'm talking about Yoora. I think the only reason she wants to kill Jiwon is because she's saying that she stole her fiance.
Oh yeah, no, she's just a crazy person.
Right.
Yeah. She has no reason.
Right, but it's like he never wanted to be with you in the first place.
Yeah.
So if you kill Jiwon, you're still not with this man.
Yeah, and she doesn't even want to be with him really.
It's just you took something that was mine.
Yeah, it's just this like really weird behavior. She's a true psychopath.
Or is it just like a rich kid thing?
Maybe. I mean, no, like I don't even think it's a rich kid thing. I think it's just like a Delulu thing.
She took something that was mine.
I mean, she's a true psychopath.
I don't listen. I have a theater degree.
We can't do that again. We can't say that. She acts like she has the tendencies of a psychopath.
She's allegedly
a psychopath. But
she's also not real.
Also, this is the scene where she also happens to find out that she knows the history of Soomin and Jiwon. Okay. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, did you know that they're almost sisters? And you're just like, what? How did you find out that there's 80 billion won worth of real estate under Jiwon's name?
Because she's got the same investigators that Jihyuk has. But also this scene in the English dubbing confused the hell out of my mom. Because she was just like, see, I knew they were sisters. And I'm like, no, that's not what's happening. She's like, well, don't spoil it. I was like,
they're not technically sisters.
They're not spoiling anything. Mm-hmm. This is just wrong. It's just wrong. So Minhwan comes back home and tells Soomin that she kept a lot from him. Because mind you, she's like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
She's home. Poor Soomin at this
point. She
point.
always thinks he's cheating on her because he probably is.
Right. So she's just home and she's just kind of like, she is desperate right now. She's pissed. She's shaking. She needs to figure out a plan to get to Jiwon. She can't get in touch with Minhwan, so she's upset. So now,
because she only has 2 friends.
Yes. And the Minhwan is saying, oh, you kept a lot from me. I'm learning a lot about you, right? Like, I didn't realize you reached out to Jiwon's mom to see if she could steal money from Jiwon, because Yoora tells him that, right? Mm-hmm. And then he tells her that Jihyuk put 80 billion won worth of real estate to Jiwon. And basically Soomin, it's back to shaking Soomin, like stressed out Soomin. You know that Soomin she's like shaking in anger because she's so disgusted and upset at the fact that Jiwon has something that she can't have, right? And she's thinking about...
she can't have a chebble.
She can't have a chebble, and that she's thinking about the fact that, like, how she feels so wrong that Jiwon basically threw Minhwan away and gave it to her, right?
Oh yeah, the flashback of her just looking back and smiling like at the wedding. Listen,
so it's
Minhwan says it's good for them since once Jiwon dies, all the money will go to her mom.
Right.
And then Soomin asks if they have to wait until she dies. Will her mom give them the money?
Right.
You know her mother's not going to give you any of this money.
Right. So then they decide that, well, they're going to go along with the plan because we discover that Jiwon's mom ran off with Soomin's dad. Dun, dun, dun. Soomin goes to the countryside, right, where she grew up, and she goes and she finds her dad. Her dad is getting attacked by new loan sharks.
Listen, and this is probably Viper loans or what is it?
Last Chance loan.
Right, Serpent Ministries. I don't know. It's like it's all these crazy names.
So Soomin goes. Then you see Jiwon's mom hiding in the corner. She's
like,
up.
"Are you here?" She's like, it's like, "Oh yes, you can stop hiding now."
Right. And then she throws money at them. It's a suitcase of money that Yoora has given Minhwan, right? Mm-hmm. It's worth 150 million won. And she tells her parents, hey, take this money, pay off your debts, and you need to do as I say, and you'll get more money, right? And she is very like aggressive and violent with them. Like she starts like screaming right away. She's just so angry. Like, right. She has a lot of anger, suffering towards clearly her dad. She has a lot of feelings about her dad. So she's screaming at them being like, are you going to take the money or not? Right. Are you going to take it or not? The parents grab the money.
Like, do you want to continue to live like this?
Like losers like this, like are going to live this kind of life. You know, they grab the money and they're willing to sell their souls. Right. So they decide that, that they're going to jump on the plan with Soomin and Minhwan. So then Soomin calls Minhwan to let them know that they're in.
So this is when me and my mom had like a bit of a disagreement.
Okay.
I was like,
tell me.
Why did Yoora give them this? So here's the thing I don't understand. Why didn't Yoora just hire an assassin to murder Jiwon? And Mom was like, oh, she just couldn't. And I was like, no, for the story, it looks good. Right? For the story, it looks good. But there's no legitimate reason to ask senior citizens to murder somebody when you are rich enough to just hire someone to kill Jiwon. Why would you involve? Here's the thing. She told...
Okay.
It sounds good to the story.
Well...
Because you told Minhwan to tell... So you got Minhwan. Minhwan now has to send Soomin. Soomin now has to go to the parents...
Yeah.
To then get them to do it. Or do you hire a professional and not involve 4 people? What needs to happen is Yoora is mad at Jiwon for taking her fiance. Just kill Jiwon.
Right.
Then you don't have to give these bozos 150 million won. You don't have to blackmail anybody. You don't have to have Minhwan in a boxing ring. You don't have to have Soomin flipping out.
It makes it not fun.
Oh, no, I said it. That's what I'm saying. For the show, it's great. But that I was saying to my mom, for the show, it's amazing.
But like common sense wise.
Common sense, murder her with an assassin. Hire some man to be in all black with a mask on.
Yeah. Yes. But I also think that Yoora is sinister and psychotic enough. Like, no, she's finding joy. She's finding joy in all of this.
No, she wants
other people to suffer.
She wants drama.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
so she wants to come and to Minhwan. She wants to rile people up.
Yep.
And she wants to be the problem and the solution at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So, I feel like if she didn't come from family money, she wouldn't be successful. Because, like I said, truly off people are never have successful businesses. But anyway, so Jihyuk offers Yoora.
Oh yeah, so Jihyuk goes to Yoora's like hotel room or whatever,
hotel
or
suite floor of this hotel.
Know. Yes.
Whenever I see places like this, like they have the whole floor, and I'm like, who the f built this?
It's a penthouse,
and I've seen those before.
He gives her the option to take back her company. Okay,
take back the night.
Yeah, so take back. She has an airline company and a travel agency. Okay,
Cloud Air and Kelight Tours.
Kelight Tours, and it's worth 4 trillion. Okay, 4 trillion won. So he's like, you could take it.
Oh, he's in the trillion won club.
Yeah, he's in the trillion won club. He's in the trillion won club. He's like, just take it, right? And she's like, no, I don't want to take it. I don't want to break. I never wanted to break up with you. You know.
And he was like, you didn't even like me.
And then you hear like scurryings, okay? So he's like, huh? And then he like runs over to the room to see if someone's there. No one's there, okay?
Which is how any of this your business. Because she also has a security man standing right here. There's probably other people here doing other shit. There could be a chef in this place.
Okay, and then he tells her that if she wants to fight, he's willing to do it too.
Oh.
So he threatens her and he's like, he can do whatever she can do and he can be better than her. And she's like, you know. So it's spicy, Jihyuk.
You know the song.
What? Whatever you can do, I could do better.
Yeah, I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes,
wasn't that part of a rap song?
It was remixed, but originally I think it's a song from like the 40s or something.
Anything I can do,
I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Anyway, so he leaves, right? And he
And
calls
he's
someone.
tearing it up.
Yeah, and he's upset and he calls someone. And then we jump back to the hotel room and then Minhwan was hiding behind the curtain, right? And this part.
I love a hotel. Well, I love when someone's hiding behind a curtain.
I know. Minhwan comes out and you know what she does? She like kisses him. She kisses
Puts her
him.
arms around him and asks him to kill Jiwon. Like, Jihyuk just gave me $4 trillion worth of my company, and she's mad. She's pissed. He comes in there with $4 trillion.
He loves her so much that he's willing to give up 4 trillion won.
My question is, does Halapochi know? Does Grandpa know?
No, Hadapochi has no idea. Hadapochi likes Yoora. You know?
Yeah.
He's like, we're family friends. He wants her to be the daughter-in-law because she has she has the tenacity and like she has what it takes to be like a CEO's wife, and he like really likes her. No, but I don't think I think he and Seokjun are just going rogue.
Because I don't think Seokjun would be like, hey, go ahead and...
No, I think Seokjun's helping him.
Oh.
But I think Seokjun is aware that this person is Looney Tunes. She's batshit. Truly batshit. She beat up women around Jihyuk. Oh, I guess they don't know that yet because that happens in the future.
Yeah.
But we know that she's crazy. But
She's a
anyways,
nuts.
but she's seducing Minhwan, and Minhwan, this idiot, falls for it. And they like, it's implied that they slept together because once Minhwan leaves, Yoora tells her bodyguard, she's just like, oh, why do men trust women they sleep with so easily? You're just like, what?
Do they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so at all.
This idiot does. God, this man, he's obsessed with money and he thinks with his penis. What an idiot. God, Minhwan, I hate him.
He is a dum-dum.
He's like the worst character.
He is
God, the baddies in this just, ugh.
Because this is, I can say, unlike Queen of Tears, you really don't have any sympathy for Minhwan.
No.
For
Like with
Soomin,
Eunho, you kind of did because it was like his mom, Mosuri was nuts.
well, even like Mosuri, you're like, okay, something happened.
I didn't have any sympathy for Mosuri. She was fucking nuts. This week's segment, we're going to talk about Lee Gi-Kwang, who is our Eunho. So Lee Gi-Kwang,
He's the one that you said was a K-pop
he's huge.
star.
Yeah. He's 35. He's in a group called Highlight that was formerly known as Beast. I used to love him. He was the main dancer, lead vocalist, and the visual. The visual usually means like the handsome main face person.
Oh, his face is different too.
Yeah. So
Oh wait, I think he's not. Is this a camera thing?
He just looks different.
He looks different.
He looks different.
This is, I can tell you, as someone who's been looking at men my entire life, this is his face grew up. As in, like, it's some people's features, like, you know how some men's features say softer? Mm-hmm. It looks like he got, like...
I think he got a little bit of something.
Oh, yeah.
They all do. Most K-pop celebrities, actors, actresses, it is very rare to find someone who is natural. Okay,
That's so interesting.
You get little like little tweaks, little fresh pick-me-ups. He wanted to become a singer after he saw the singer Rain. We talked about Rain last time. He was on the Stephen Colbert show. Yeah, so he saw Rain's performance. He was like, oh, I want to do this. So he went to JYP as a trainee. Then he switched over to Cube Entertainment. And then he debuted as a solo artist. That didn't work. So he re-debuted a couple years later under Beast. And that he blew up. He's known for his dance skills and his smooth R&B vocals. He started acting in 2009 in a sitcom called High Kick Through the Roof. So...
do a lot of K-pop stars become actors?
yeah, now they do. They do both. So High Kick Through the Roof.
You were telling me about this show.
So this is a sequel. So part 1, High Kick, that's where Bang Min-young, right? Our lead, she debuted in that series. So this is another series that there's that series called Hakyo, like school, that I told you about. It's kind of like an anthology series where it started a lot of like young actors became like very famous. So this show High Kick was very similar. I think they had like 3 versions of it because it was so popular. So he was in that. He was in a drama called My Princess, which I think I watched. Then he was in Me Too Flower, Mrs. Cop, Monster, Circle, Lovely Horribly, and then he was in Marry My Husband. He's done variety shows. He's done singing shows. People love him. He's known for, his personality. He's known for his quiet and introspective nature off camera, which contrasts with his energetic on-stage persona.
Who wrote this? That's the most publicist thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hobbies. He enjoys photography, gaming. Great. And yeah. Oh, he used to have very curly hair. That's a fun fact.
They just straighten his hair?
Like, yeah, probably. And then he got the Best New Actor Award for the SBS Drama Awards in 2011. And he got the Popularity Award for NBC.
Oh.
So yeah, he's a cutie patootie. I wish we saw more of him other than being like, why are you in my restaurant? Or like,
they did him so dirty. Come in that restaurant.
Flowers.
Okay, I was. Where are you? I'm waiting for you. Okay, I gotta go.
Hey, what are you doing?
Why are you at my job?
And then he went ice skating.
Girl, that whole thing. It was like almost like they didn't know what to do with him.
Because
the thing is, like, he wasn't even. It's like this is the first drama I've really seen. I was like, there really wasn't a strong second lead. He was never a contender.
No.
Ever.
He was a device. They truly treated him a little bit like poo. It wasn't good.
He was a storytelling device.
It's interesting. Even like Queen of Tears. Like Queen of Tears didn't have a second lead. We just had a villain.
We just had a villain. Also standing in as our second lead. But she was never interested in him.
So we have not watched a drama
that had a decent second lead. But I think second leads aren't being treated like they used to be treated. I think
there's a little bit of a shift that's happening. Okay, so we're back to present, right?
So we're jumping back to the present day because nothing will hopscotch you through time like the show Marry My Husband. So we jump back to the present day of the car crash, right? Mm-hmm. And so Yoora decides to attack Jiwon on her father's death Memorial Day,
which
is
so evil.
Catch these hands for that much. Catch these hands for that. So she's trying to double down on this woman's pain, and Jiwon is at her dad's grave crying.
So she's sobbing. So we're going back to the end of episode 12, right? Mm-hmm. So she's crying,
and there's this weird Christmas tree
situation with
pictures.
She had time to print out photos of her and Jihyuk
and put them on
and put them as ornaments.
Pins.
Yes. So she's leaving, right? And a couple things happen here, right?
Girl,
she's leaving. Seokjun calls Jihyuk to let him know that Jiwon's mom has rented a dump truck under her name.
Under a fake name,
right? And she is currently, they're tracking with GPS. The car is racing down Route 424, okay?
Let me tell you something. I don't need to be a billionaire. But I would like to be rich enough
to have
to get information.
Yes.
To just be able to track.
To have your little birds, your little birdies.
Yes. To be able to have people out and about and be like, hey.
Yeah.
Tell me where this person is. Hey, let me know what's going on over here. Just be able to have somebody do some journal investigation.
Yes.
I don't need to know much.
Yeah. But just be
able to go, hey, I need you to track that guy, the one who was, or hey, this comic that keeps talking to me crazy. Let's shut down his social media. Just something. Or hey, this man who's being inappropriate in comments to women on the internet, the one who's being mean to my friends on the internet, let's get him fired.
So, Seokjun's Jihyuk's person, right? Does that. So, Jihyuk calls Jiwon. Jiwon's cell phone, she's about to pick it up, but it dies. Okay?
I can count the number of times my phone has died. I promise you it's less than 10. In my life of owning a cell phone, I've had a cell phone since 2002.
She has a car. She's in her car. You're telling me she doesn't have.
If your phone dies in your car,
you just
in your
plug
new
it in.
car. Also, what the kind of car is that? She looks
It's like a Kia Soul.
She looks like that car. She looks like she's driving a bus. Every time she gets in that car,
Kia Soul.
it's
hamsters.
It's a fucking.
You know that ad, right?
Yes.
The hamster. I love that commercial.
I was hanging out with a guy at the time who had a Kia Soul when them commercials came out.
Yeah, and
we used to crack on him.
Laughing.
I was like, one of our friends was like, yo, you the tallest hamster I have ever seen. So, like, truly, because he'd get out the car when they start singing the theme song. He's like, hey, man, I can't stand y'all. And we're like, we're not the ones that bought an orange Kia Soul.
So then we find out that Jihyuk had his other friend tailing Jiwon.
Curly hair, yeah.
Yes. So he was about to get into his car and start following Jiwon, right? Mm-hmm. But then his car breaks down.
Which I wonder, when I saw that.
Did Yoora do that? I don't know.
Did one of her people mess his car up, or did his car mess up?
So then Jihyuk's like, oh, I have to go. So he runs over, right? He runs out and he is
because he was like, where is she? Where is she? He's like, I was going to get her, but my car messed up. And he's like, what? So he's on the move, calls her, and he leaves a voicemail.
Okay. So we have we got to talk about this because so let's talk about the voicemail. So she leaves a voicemail. Mm-hmm. He leaves a voicemail. What does he say?
He said he died in 2023 in a car accident. When he opened his eyes, it was 2013, and that he met her again and mistakenly believed that he could be happy again, but he can't protect her forever because he could die at any time. And then he's like, and it's flashbacking to their happy moments, and then he's like, flashing back, not flashbacking, it's insane. I guess flashbacking, I don't know. And then he's like, I like you. What is it? Chuayo. Listen, if there's one word I recognize,
Chuayo bianeo, yeah.
It's Chuayo. And so he's like, I like you so much. I'm so sorry. I like you so much.
So,
because I feel like you have thoughts about this voicemail.
Well, because not the voicemail, but like he at this moment,
he's doing too much.
Well, it's like, so he, right before he says that, he talks to himself and he wonders, right, to himself why he was sent back. And maybe it was for this moment. Okay. So my whole thing is like, I feel like he's just literally in this moment by
sending this voicemail.
Like, I think there are other ways of him to save Jiwon without sacrificing himself.
But this was the only way he could see to do it because he was determined that he was going to die.
Right. And what annoys me about this entire thing is that he is just succumbing to the fact that, oh, he's going to die. He's never like...
But the thing is, all of those scenes, because you were saying that if there was something that was going to happen, it would have been foreshadowed in the earlier episodes. So this self-sacrifice moment was foreshadowed every time he showed up in Eunho's restaurant. Fucking that boy's day up. Every time he was sitting out there drunk, him pushing her out the door after they eventually kiss. They have been setting this moment up since the beginning. And so because if they hadn't been, and we had to have this moment set up, because if she hadn't broken up with him, they probably would have been together at the dad's gravesite, which means they both would have been killed. So as much as it seems ridiculous that they broke up, it had to happen for us to get to this moment because he was so determined to die. But the direct eye contact is the wildest part for me.
That, and then he's like, don't blame yourself. The inevitable happened.
Hey, man, I wasn't thinking about blaming myself until you just said that. So how about that? I did not think I was at fault at all. I thought it was a random accident. Jihyuk.
So their eyes meet. The crash is pretty brutal. Okay?
How dare you look me dead in my eyes and then almost die, you crazy person? Because the only thing that ever been close to that is I was playing Uno with my friends, and every time my friend went to skip me, he would like play the skip card. He would make direct eye contact with me, long direct eye contact with me, and then say skip as he laid the card down. But we're not even looking at the pile of cards. Just look at me dead in my eyes, going skip. every time he had a skip card. I was like, are you only pulling these cards?
So Soomin and Jiwon's mom are waiting at the hotel because the driver of the van is Soomin's dad, okay? So they're waiting for him to come back, okay? Jiwon's mom is freaking out because they haven't heard back from him. He's not back yet. She's like, oh my God. And Soomin asks her.
How long does she think it takes to kill somebody?
Exactly. So then Soomin's like, are you not worried at all that if this plan is successful, that means your daughter is getting killed or she got killed? And Jiwon's mom's like, whatever. Like, do you know that money is scarier than blood? And then Soomin just scoffs and she's just like, well, if that's the case, you wouldn't be with my dad, right? And then Soomin basically tells her, my dad is really pretentious. He lies all the time. He offers you everything, but doesn't do anything for you. Do you have any idea how much my dad pretends to love me? If I think about it, he hasn't done anything for me. So you kind of understand the hurt that Soomin's had because of her father, because he clearly is incredibly selfish, like Jiwon's mom. He does not care about Soomin at all. And Soomin just harbors so much like resentment towards her dad. And almost in this moment, you can understand why she's like,
well, now I
so
understand.
upset.
It's like when you think about the idea of, you know, she can't hurt her dad back.
Yeah.
So what she can do, she can't
hurt
hurt her
other
dad
people.
back.
Yeah.
She can't even hurt Jiwon's mom.
Yeah.
Who is the reason that these two is the reason that she grew up with no dad. So the only person she can get to is Jiwon.
Yeah.
Because my girl what moment was the fact that their parents were so on board so quickly with killing Jiwon. And then it was like, well, wait a second. Because it was, and then I was just like, oh, girl, what? Was Soomin going, your daughter's dead? And her watching Jiwon's mom be like, money is scarier than blood.
And this is why I was saying earlier that I think Soomin understands like how despicable her parents are. Their parents are. And I think in a weird way, she's not like, I feel like she feels bad for her and Jiwon, right? Because they went through this as children too.
Yeah.
They were both victims of just poor parenting and just awful human beings, you know?
Because Jiwon had a nice dad.
She had a very nice dad.
She probably would have had a better life if she was never friends with Soomin.
I know.
Because she could have actually, but it seemed like in school, you don't know if she really had any other friends.
We never get to that. No. But again, she didn't because Soomin made sure she didn't have any friends.
But it was like even before her mom left, because it seemed like her mom left when she was like 12.
Yeah.
So it was just like, did you have friends in elementary school? Like all this other stuff. So it's just like, but any friends she would have had, Soomin would have chased off anyway.
Yeah. So at this moment, they hear, so Minhwan is with Yoora. They hear that the plan is not successful. And then Jihyuk has been, hit instead. Minhwan goes to Soomin at the hotel room, and Soomin is so upset. She is raging, she's sobbing, she's screaming, and she was like, my dad left me again and left with that woman.
I did not understand this scene at all.
Okay. So basically, she's upset because she feels like her dad betrayed her again, because instead of staying with Soomin, right, and figuring this all out, he ran. He ran because he doesn't want to get caught for doing what he is, right?
Of course.
So he ran off with Jiwon's mom, leaving Soomin behind alone. And I guess Soomin was like, just stay, we'll figure this out. I guess there was something that happened in between that scene. But Soomin is sobbing. She's like, what did I do wrong? She's like, this is all Jiwon's fault. My dad left me again. So I think right now, she's always been unstable, but I think it's like a rush of all emotions. She's seeing her dad again. She's seeing Jiwon's mom. She's trying to kill Jiwon. All this shit's happening. I think she's just really, really like upset, but she feels abandonment again because her dad left her without her.
Which is insane because he just tried to kill someone. So it makes sense that he is now on the run.
But this part's crazy because Minhwan's basically like, snap out of it. we have Yoora. She's going to take care of everything. But even in this moment, Minhwan doesn't even like, if you see someone sobbing and going crazy like this, and she's clearly upset about her dad, he doesn't even try to make her feel better. He doesn't provide any solace to her. He's just like, snap out of it.
But this entire scene was confusing to me because it's like, this man just tried to kill somebody. What did you think he was going to come to the house and have dinner? Y'all was going to sit up and go get Korean barbecue and have some soju and try to figure like, oh, I hope we don't go to jail. What did you think was going to happen, you goofy bitch? What is supposed to go down?
Okay, so then now we jump to Jiwon learning about who's behind Jihyuk's accident, okay? So they're all at the hospital. Jihyuk is in surgery. Jihyuk's family comes. Everyone's super upset, right? Hyun's worried that the surgery's taking too long, and Jiwon's just like, listen, I think don't worry, he's gonna make it. I know he's gonna make it. Then she follows Seokjun. Seokjun is in the stairwell because every single secret in K-dramas you find in a stairwell, right?
Yes.
Of course. Seokjun is basically telling his people that they need to find Soomin's dad and Jiwon's mom right away. Like, they need to find them first before Yoora gets there. So Jiwon overhears and she's like, what's happening? And then Seokjun has to tell her, oh, by the way, you have $80 billion under your name right now, right? And your mom and your Soomin's dad
tried to kill you.
And this part was just interesting because this is the moment where Jiwon tells herself, she's like, people don't change easily. She came back after seeing the end, but she tried to run away again. She didn't get revenge. She hasn't done anything. So this is a voiceover, which I was a little bit confused, okay?
She did a bunch.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know why. So this part was a little...
I think it was because she didn't get revenge because people are trying to kill her. And so it was like, if I had done my job like I was supposed to, if everything had gone to plan, like if the plan was to get Soomin to take my fate, once Minhwan and Soomin got married, this should have been done. But instead... they just tried, my mom and my stepdad basically just tried to kill me. So me dying is still inevitable. So she thought she changed her fate and she didn't. So I understand because it's just like, I've been trying to do all of this. So like, you have 80 billion won in real estate, but the man who gave it to me is getting brain surgery and I almost died.
So this now makes her even more determined to get back at Soomin and Minhwan, right? She wants real revenge now.
Oh, I'm ready to fight now.
Right. So she goes to, and this is a climactic moment of the episode. She texts Soomin to come outside, okay? Soomin is so excited. Like, did you notice how happy Soomin was? She wasn't happy, but she was relieved that Jiwon was texting her because she like looks at it, she goes, oh, and then she runs out, right? And she's like almost excited to see her,
which is
interesting
because you just
tried to kill her.
What? I hope she would have been waiting for text from this woman when she was dead.
It's just interesting because again, we always talk about how they have a weird relationship, right? It's almost kind of like relationship coded, all of that, right? Jiwon's basically like, how could you think about, like, how could you kill someone? Like, was it for the money? Like, how could you even think like this? Like, what is wrong with you? And then Soomin, being the little yo, she acts like nothing happened. She's like, what are you talking about, Jiwon? I would never do that. What are you talking about? And then she flips it on.
And said, oh, I miscarried because of you. Wow. And then she goes, oh boy, sterile, you were never pregnant. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, literally. My favorite term, azoospermia.
And she was like, I got ultrasounds. I felt the baby kick. And she just started screaming, stop lying to me.
It's just insane. Her lying. Like, I was like, what a fucking insane lunatic. Like, are you fucking crazy, right? And then she wants like, stop lying. She literally goes like this. She's like, stop. I can't handle this anymore, right? And then Soomin, suddenly her demeanor
snaps out of it.
She's like, yeah, I can't leave you alone. You can't be happy. You probably don't know that when your mom had an affair and left you when you were 14, that guy was my dad. You had no idea and you were so happy. But because of that, I was so upset.
Which is like,
Dun, dun, dun.
but also, girl, be mad at your daddy. Why you mad at me?
It's so f***ing stupid. And then flashback.
So we see Soomin's whole childhood revealed. So a young Soomin is texting her dad over and over and over again.
Yes.
To come home, to come home, to come home. And then her mom comes in screaming at her.
Her mom's nasty.
You're supposed to come help me with the store. You're just like your dad. If you like him so much, go live with him. And it's just like, oh, this is why she hates Jiwon.
Yeah.
Because she didn't have, because if her mother had been as loving to her as Jiwon's father was.
Yes.
We wouldn't even have a Soomin.
Yes.
We wouldn't even have this whole situation. And so she's calling her dad and she's like, and she's trying to get in touch with him. And this is honestly so sad because she is calling and he sees her name come up on the phone. Yeah. And she's like, oh, she's so tenacious like her mother. And I hate that. And I'm tired of her calling.
I know.
And
she overhears him say that.
Because I've been in a situation before where you call somebody and you see them react to your name. And it's like, oh, man, I wish I would have. Listen, there's things you have to see in your 20s to help you better in the rest of your life.
So sad.
It's very sad. So I understand that feeling of that. And so Jiwon's mom is like, you better not be thinking of bringing your daughter because then I'll have to bring mine.
I know. It's so awful. She's like, I wouldn't do that. You're my princess.
And he's like, you're the only princess that I need. And so...
Oh my God.
Now you know why Soomin takes Jiwon's wallet.
Yes. So Soomin knew, right, that Jiwon was the woman's daughter. Mm-hmm. So she actively pursued her. She found out her name and she followed her on the bus. She stole the wallet. She walked over to the convenience store. She defended Jiwon
to the store Ajuma.
All of it was planned. Every single part of it to a T.
When you see the wallet stealing part, I'm like, you could have just went and sat down and talked to that girl. But they got to add
the drama.
Well, but your friendship started with a deception.
A deception from the beginning. And then there's a scene where they run after school. They run over to Jiwon's house and they're really cold. And she's like, oh my God, I hope the floor's turned on. You know, the floor.
Which is the smartest way to heat a house when you think about it.
Then they realized that Jiwon's dad already warmed it up for them because he got them snacks. He bought them a cake.
He brought them cake. He's like, you're kids. And so since you're growing kids, you're going to need milk. And he's like, here's the allowance. And so when he gives her the allowance, he gives Soomin allowance too, but he gives Soomin her allowance first.
Yeah.
And then he gives it to Jiwon. And he wrote the heart on the money. And she's like, oh, I have to go tell him. And so you hear like off camera, it's her being like, be careful, be careful. And so.
It's so sad.
But you would think that like as a child, as opposed to being jealous, if it was me and I was Soomin.
Yeah.
I've been trying to be tighter with her so I could be at her house all the time.
I know. And I think that's like a normal reaction, right?
To be like, I got to be over here. Dad's giving out allowance.
Most kids are doing that. But this kid is highly evolved for her age. But it makes me so sad. But then this is the crazy part, right? They go back to present time. And basically, Soomin's just like, you can't be happy when I'm so miserable, you know? I'm going to show you how unkind the world is and how hellish it could be. I'm going to show you. And then Jiwon's just like, actually, I knew this entire time.
And see, when I was watching this show, I was just like, girl. And so she was like, so then you go back. And she was like, I knew the entire time. And so I was being nice to you because I knew our parents were together. And so it's interesting to see. So the first time I watched this show, I was like, damn. Yeah. So that was like really like my girl what? Like the first time I watched it was just like, She knew the whole time. So she was putting up with this girl's shenanigans because she knew neither one of our parents are, that parent is taking care of us, is there for us. She said, my dad, it's like my dad treated me well. Yeah. And so I wanted to make you happy.
And I think Jiwon, you can just see how much Jiwon cared for Soomin. Mm-hmm. She really loved her as a friend. And she knew Soomin, like Soomin would lie about her dad being dead.
It's because she was lying to Jiwon about her dad being dead.
Yeah, and then Jiwon knew that entire time that the girl's dad
was not dead.
She knew, and she went along with it. So this person, like Jiwon, is a truly she was so kind to her, and she really just wanted to protect her friend. And this is the part where she says all of this, right? She's like, I just wanted you to be happy because I knew all of this was happening. And then Soomin goes, don't act like you care. You pretend to be nice and you took everything, right? You took everything from me. You dumped Minhwan on me.
Now we jump into Minhwan. Right. But this is what I said before. Yeah. People who do dirt think that everyone else is doing dirt. Right. So you can't acknowledge and you can't accept love from her because then you're not the victim. Then you are the person who victimized someone else. Right. So she's like, don't pretend that you're being nice. Don't pretend that you actually loved me. Yeah. Because this made me think of Queen of Tears, where it's just like, if y'all would have had one conversation, if as teenagers, one of them would have brought up.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, did you know that our parents are together?
Or just kind of randomly walked through that part of the neighborhood.
None of this would have happened.
None of this would have happened.
It's nuts.
None of this would have happened. There's so many times you're just like, damn.
And then this is the part where Soomin tells her, she's like, you know what? Or Jiwon tells Soomin, I understand now why you're like this. You brought all of this to yourself. Mm-hmm. And then Jiwon says that she is going to make Soomin suffer. She's like, I'm going to make you suffer. A harsher hell is going to wait for you. She's going to make sure it happens. Look forward to it. It's going to be completely fucking different. You mess with the wrong person. She smiles and she walks away.
I'm surprised she didn't grab her by her hair.
I know. And then Soomin is left there. She just starts crying, right? So while all of this is happening, right, we have our Jooran who is taking the fate. It seems like she's taking Jiwon's fate, okay?
Which is honestly interesting.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
So Jooran texts Jiwon, and she said she thinks her husband is having an affair. And it's like, oh, shit. Seokjun is waiting in front of the restaurant and sees Jooran running away. And then Jooran saw her husband, because Jooran saw her husband canoodling with the other restaurant employee.
Yes.
And so she runs away and then falls down. And then Seokjun shows up in his own kind of aggressive Darcy situation. And her shoe comes off and he tells her to put it back on. He tells her to snap out of it. And it's like, if you know your husband is cheating, you can slack him, kick him, claw his eyes up, crack his skull open. Why are you running away?
Why aren't you doing anything?
I got golf clubs in the car, baby girl. If we wanted to get digital, we can go outside. Listen, I know people. And he asked, why is she so upright? Yeah. So it's why is she so,
why is she so good? It's almost kind of why are you taking it? Why are you letting these people walk all over you?
Because that's always been his complaint with her. It's why don't you
stand up for yourself?
Stand up. And she just starts crying. And he was just and I love her answer because she's just, why can't I be nice? Why aren't people supposed to be nice to each other? And she's waiting for her husband to do the right thing. So this is my Mumsie what moment.
It's leave him alone.
So we're back at Eunho's restaurant, who in my mind, we shouldn't hear no more about Eunho.
Leave him alone.
We shouldn't see Eunho. I was like, these people will not leave this boy alone and stay the out his restaurant. So.
Oh my God.
Yoora pulls up in the restaurant. And this was my Mumsie what moment. Because my mother goes, bitch, who is you to be asking something like that? Because she pulls out some photo, right? And is asking, how do you know this person? How do you know this person? And my mother's like, bitch, who is you to be asking anybody anything? And why is Yoora bothering Eunho? This was my Mumsie what moment. Bitch, who is you to be asking anybody?
I am telling you.
And then it's basically in the vein of, why is you here?
When I saw this, I was like, these writers, they have something. They're out to get Eunho.
Or that
Like,
boy,
leave
I was
him
like, did he need
alone.
more days on set? Like,
Maybe they just needed to give him extra time. But
I
God,
don't know, because he goes to this restaurant.
and they're always sitting at that same
I don't think
table.
there's more tables in this restaurant. I think this is the only open table in this restaurant. I think this is the only thing. The rest
It's
of this
the
restaurant,
walk-in table, and it's
Listen.
only these freaks walking in.
there's no more spaces. It's maybe the table doesn't even actually exist. Maybe the whole rest of the restaurant is AI. I don't know.
It's so funny. Okay,
But-
and then we find out that Soomin. Oh, so everyone's. Oh, so Minhwan and Soomin are in bed, right? Soomin leans over and she secretly gets Yura's cell phone number from Minhwan, so she's gonna start plotting, right?
I was surprised that we didn't see her go through the text messages.
I know. So we do that, and then finally we jump to a sad Jiwon taking care of Jihyuk on his hospital bed, and Jihyuk is still
And
in
that
a coma.
humidifier is going, because if somebody's in a hospital,
always has to be a humidifier.
listen, because the
That
air
air
gets to
is
be
always
moist in Korea.
Basically she's holding his hand and she's like, oh, please get up. She's stronger now.
I don't care about fate. You got to overcome this. She counted the days that her mom left. She counted the days that her dad died. And now she wants to count the days that she is with him. She begs him not to leave her alone, and she wants to do it together with him. And she begs him to wake up. And then she starts playing the voicemail out loud.
And then she's
like, I like you too. And I want you to wake up. And he tells her that she loves her. And then she says, Sarangee, I love you too.
he magically wakes up. And then
But
he's like,
because
I
the
love
thing is,
you.
if somebody's in a coma, that finger.
The finger always moves. The gentle fingers moving, and
Listen,
then
if you were in a coma on television, if them fingers,
the finger starts twitching.
it's the fingers. And then my mother was like, so do you think they slow the camera down, or people just practice slowly opening their eyes?
Or it's always like the blurry vision. You know?
But I was like, how slowly can you open your eyes?
So he wakes up. They love each other. Great. Okay. So it's like, we know, like, okay.
He's going to have to wake up eventually. Don't
He
have to be
woke
together.
up. He didn't die.
Because the other option is for him to be in a coma
Forever.
for a long time. And then grandpa's trying to hire people. And then Yoora's trying to hire people to get him to wake up.
So this episode,
Lie happened.
it was really good.
Yes.
There was a lot that happened.
Yes.
I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was actually pretty entertaining because I was just like, I was entertained by Yoora as much as she annoys me.
Right.
Her shenanigans is kind of entertaining.
I mean, we need her.
We need her.
We
I
need
know
her.
it's like she just needed to get an assassin to kill Jiwon, but she needed to go through all of that. But
Because we need those family secrets revealed.
Jihyuk to me is still a very interesting character. I know he's like completely selfless and like we're all supposed to love him because he's truly Mr. Darcy.
But he's also a dum-dum.
But he's a dum-dum, and I also feel like a lot of the things he does is a bit like reckless because if you think about it technically, the reason why everyone is after Jiwon now is because he gave her 80 billion won, which she did not ask for.
And fake loan shark.
Fake loan shark, chicken guy, just so all of these things that are happening to Jiwon, it's almost kind of like not really fate, right? It's almost like Jihyuk in the back, like maneuvering and trying to like help her, but it's like not really helping her.
But even if he didn't give her the 80 billion won,
yeah,
right? It's okay. Even if he didn't give her the 80 billion won, and we didn't get chicken guy, and we didn't get fake loan shark,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
she still would have been in danger from Yoora. It's now that you don't have the incentive from Minhwan and Soomin to try to kill her.
Yeah.
But Yoora is still a problem.
And Yoora could still just kill her.
Yoora could still just kill her.
Yeah.
So you still have Yoora coming into it, but now, so it's like now you have all that other stuff that happens that makes sense. Why Minhwan and Soomin and everybody would want to kill her to get the 80 billion won. But here's the thing. All she needs is a will But it's like the problem is he gave her 80 billion won and then didn't tell her she had 80 billion won.
Yeah.
So she couldn't write a will. So as soon as he gave her 80 billion won worth of stuff.
Written a will that doesn't go to her mom.
Also, and it's like, this is Seokjun's fault.
I love Seokjun.
Love
so
Seokjun.
Seokjun to me.
But Seokjun should have been like, hey, we gave this lady $80 billion. We need to set up a trust.
Yeah.
We need a living will. We need a trust or something to make sure that if anything happens to her, this money goes to the church or Jooran or whoever, Jooran's daughter or whoever.
Yeah.
It's like you don't give somebody this many assets and then don't set them up in like a trust or some shit. So
I think this is why, again, this is the portion of the drama where people are like, it's kind of getting a little crazy, you know? So people like, I think
it's giving 4:30 on a Friday.
It's very makjang. Again, makjang. But
that's what we need. That's the shirt.
That's the shirt. But I also think, like, again, for any typical drama like this, right? Any K-drama, at this point of the episode, they add these things in because you're kind of losing, like, again, it's episode 13. This is when people start kind of falling off, you know? Because at this point, the one true pairing, right? Your true, like, the couples are usually together at this point. They start getting together on episodes 6 to 8, right?
See, and that's why I like Tastefully Yours, 10 episodes.
I know. Well, that's the Netflix model, I think. They did that because it was like a Netflix show.
Oh, they want to get But I feel like sometimes there are some dramas I'm just like, oh, you didn't need 16 in these episodes. This could have been 12.
Okay, so we're going to be back next Wednesday.
Yes.
To chase the 14th episode of Queen of Tears. A Queen of Tears. I always do this.
We're back next Wednesday.
Marry My Husband.
To chase the 14th episode.
It's going to be great. So
Marry My Husband.
Yes.
So, friends, what do you think of the pod? Send us your questions, thoughts, prayers, rants, or whatever at chasingkdramas@gmail.com or comment on our TikTok or our Instagram, and we'd love to hear from you directly. Also, we love the comments that y'all are doing on YouTube. Tell all your friends to subscribe. Give us some love. Subscribe, view, rate, follow us on the Apples and the Spotifys and the YouTubes, all of that.
Yep.
And then we're at Chasing K-Dramas on TikTok and Instagram. Tune into the newsletter to find out what, because we're going to be including like maybe what little show we're watching over here, what little show we're watching over there.
So it's our Sarangee's fan club. So it's called Club Sarangee, and it'll be a newsletter and it'll be bonus content. So yes.
Because, if you ain't making content, are you even living in this world today? So tell your favorite drama addicts about us. And thank you so much for listening and watching. And we'll see you on the next K-Drama Chase. Sarangee!
Chasing K-Dramas is hosted and executive produced by Dulcé, Sloan, and me, Chrissy, Choi. I edit the audio and video, and our production is led by Thomas Yuen from TY Media and Go Get 'Em Productions. Our artwork is designed by Yicecream. We're an indie podcast, and we're always looking for fun partnerships. If you're a brand that's interested in sponsoring our chases, or for your fan who just wants to stay in touch, please check out our website at chasingkdramas.com.